everyone, welcome back. I thought I'd do a garden update for you today. It is currently the 1st of December. It's pretty chilly, it's about 7 degrees Celsius. Nice and sunny though. So I thought it would be a good day for filming because we have had a lot of rain recently. Excuse the grass, I have put a treatment on it so all the brown patches are where it's killing off the moss and weeds. So I ended up cutting back the honeysuckle and the Passiflora. It had grown quite a bit over to next door, although the neighbour said that she does like it hanging over the fence, but I did have to kind of pull it back over to trim it back. And as you can see, the bananas, they were all covered back in October, I believe. I do cover them a bit early just so I can show you guys how to do it. If you haven't seen my video, I'll link that below for you. This African daisy is still here and still flowering, which is crazy. This one usually dies back in the winter, but this has actually been with me for quite some time now and it didn't die back last winter. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to it this year, or next year shall I say. This is my CALLISTEMON, which I moved this year. It was at the back of the garden before. It didn't flower this year, which is a shame, but hopefully next year. My COLOCASIA pink chinas are still looking surprisingly nice, seeing as we have had quite a few frosts. It's going to be -1 this evening. So for now, I think I'm just going to leave them be. They are starting to yellow a little bit, but once they die back, I'll chop them right back to the ground and then just mulch over them with some wood chips. Gunner is all snug for winter. Bursting out of the pot, I'm going to have to divide it next year, definitely. It's getting way too big for the pot. I don't really want to put it in the ground as it's quite invasive, or very invasive shall I say, so I might have to get a bigger pot next year. Tree fern's looking rather splendid. To protect this one over winter, I just put some straw into the crown. That's all I do with the tree fern. I don't wrap it up or anything. Might get a little bit of browning on the fronds over winter, but then it will grow new ones next year anyway. My SCHEFFLERA is looking lovely. It has grown so much. It's actually taller than the fence now. And the leaves are getting really, really big. Wow. Luckily this is a hardy one in the south of the UK and I'm quite excited to see how big it gets. I honestly wasn't expecting it to grow this big. Just trying to think when I got it. I think I've only had it just over a year, and when I first got it, it was only about this high, not even that high. So it has over doubled in size. Amazing. The FATSIAs are in flower. Just one quick thing I wanted to mention. I always get asked what zone I'm in, and we don't actually have zones here in the UK. I am southeast of the UK if you want to kind of Google our climate. But no, we don't have zones. We do get snow some years, we get frosts every year, so it can get quite cold. But yes, I just wanted to mention because I do get asked fairly often what zone I'm in. Again, the FATSIAs have grown an incredible amount since I first got them. But that's what I wanted. I really wanted to kind of pad out this part at the back so it kind of grows up past the fence. I will need to do a bit of pruning on those, I think, next year. Ooh, that reminds me, I need to put some mulch over the hosta. All the palms are looking lovely. I don't have to do anything with those over the winter. Hydrangeas aren't looking bad for December. Sometimes I'll cover this variegated Fatsia, I'll just wrap the trunk in fleece, but I'll see what the weather does this year. It's slightly less hardy than the standard variety. My Hydrangea seemanii has really taken off this year, and it flowered over the summer, which I wasn't expecting. I heard that they're quite slow growing, so I was really surprised at actually how big it's got. Here in the middle we've got another tree fern. Again, just put some straw in the crown. This is my other CALLISTEMON. Again, this one didn't flower either, so I'm hoping next year we'll get some lovely blooms. It's really beautiful when it's in bloom, they're bright pink. Again, this one is hardy here in the UK, in the south of the UK anyway, so I don't do anything with it over winter, I don't wrap it. This is my T-Rex, all wrapped up for the winter, nice and snug. I'm looking forward to seeing how big that gets next year. Got another variegated Fatsia there. Can't wait to uncover my bar, that'll be April next year. I always uncover it just in time for my birthday, which is quite handy. This is my sago palm, just tied up the fronds and then wrapped him in fleece as well. Did that back in October, I believe, as well, or possibly November. All these will be fine, they don't need any protection. Again, all the cannas have been mulched over for winter. There's quite a few over in this border. So I won't actually be doing anything with the garden now until springtime, apart from mulching over the COLOCASIA pink chinas, which I'm quite happy about because I don't like the cold, so I'm glad I don't have to do any garden maintenance in the cold. I just noticed some of the cannas are actually still growing. Poor things. I was also going to take you guys around the front of my house, as I don't think you've seen my front garden before, so I just thought I'd show you what I've got growing out the front. So let's get going. So I'll show you what I've got growing in the front. Hydrangea's looking surprisingly well for December. Here's my other tree fern. This one was originally in my back garden, and this summer I decided to put it out in the front. I think it looks really nice here actually. Hoping the fronds don't get too big next year. The trunk's not very big. I think it's only about a couple of feet maybe. Again, I've just put some straw into the crown just to protect it over winter. This area doesn't get too much sun, so it's quite a shady area for most of the day. I didn't actually stake this tree fern, I just kind of dug a very, very small hole and just plonked him in, and it seems to be pretty stable. Let's hope that the fronds will stay nice and green until next year, fingers crossed. Here's Gordon, my gargoyle, keeping an eye on the house for me. This jungle over here is actually part of my front garden as well, but it's pretty wild. Quite a few trees in there and lots of brambles. I have tried tackling the brambles. Every year I try, but they just keep coming back. Yeah, to be honest, I've just kind of left it and just give the sides a prune a couple of times a year. but at least I've got some space out the front if I do want to do something with it. It's literally just that corner there. I gave this grass a bit of a trim recently as he was getting a bit unruly. And then in the springtime I do have daffodils and a few other bits popping up in this section here. I do need to do a little bit of a tidy up here and get rid of the leaves, and also I need to jet wash these slabs again in the summer. I'm hoping this will grow over to cover some of the wall there because it's a little bit bare. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments below. Take care everyone, and I'll see you all soon.